Standard 1.9 asks you to describe how the U.S. Constitution limits the power of government through separation of powers, checks and balances, individual rights, rule of law, and due process of law. So let's get started. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Virtual History 360. I'm Mr. Wade, and today we are reviewing Florida's updated civics standards. This might be your introduction to the standard, or a review before the EOC. Either way, we're going to work through this content together. It might sound complicated, but don't worry, we're going to break it down together and you'll be fine. Now, if you aren't already subscribed to Virtual History, do yourself a favor and click the button now so that you can keep up with all of the standard review videos that will be coming out this year. So, what do you say? Are you ready to jump right in with Standard CG.1.9? Here we go. The U.S. Constitution is a remarkable document that establishes the framework for our government. One of its key principles is the concept of limited government. This means that the powers of the government are not unlimited and that there are specific restrictions on what it can do. Let's explore some of the ways the Constitution achieves this. First, we have the idea of separation of powers. This means that the government is divided into three branches: the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. Each branch has its own unique powers and responsibilities. The legislative branch, or Congress, makes laws. The executive branch, led by the President, enforces laws. And the judicial branch, headed by the Supreme Court, interprets laws. This separation ensures that no single branch becomes too powerful. Next, we have the concept of checks and balances. This refers to the system of controls that each branch of government has over the others. It prevents any one branch from becoming too dominant. For example, the President can veto laws passed by Congress, but Congress can override that veto with a 2/3 majority vote. The Supreme Court can declare laws unconstitutional, but Congress can propose amendments to the Constitution to overturn those decisions. These checks and balances ensure a balance of power among the branches. Individual rights are also a vital part of the Constitution. These rights are the freedoms and protections that every citizen is entitled to. Examples include freedom of speech, religion, and assembly. The Constitution guarantees these rights and ensures that the government cannot infringe upon them. This further limits the power of the government and protects the rights of individuals. The rule of law is another important concept in our Constitution. It means that everyone, including the government, must follow the law. No one is above the law, not even those in positions of power. This principle ensures fairness, equality, and accountability within our system of government. Due process of law is closely related to the rule of law. It means that the government must follow established procedures and treat individuals fairly when enforcing the law. This includes ensuring that people have the right to a fair trial, the right to present evidence, and the right to be heard in a court of law. Due process protects individuals from arbitrary government actions and guarantees their rights are respected. By incorporating these principles of limited government, separation of powers, checks and balances, individual rights, rule of law, and due process of law, the U.S. Constitution sets a strong foundation for our government. It ensures that no one branch becomes too powerful, that individual rights are protected, and that everyone is subject to the same laws. Furthermore, the influence of the U.S. Constitution extends beyond our borders. Many countries around the world have looked to our Constitution as a model when creating their own. Its principles of limited government and individual rights have inspired and influenced the development of other nations' constitutions. In conclusion, the U.S. Constitution effectively limits the powers of government through principles such as separation of powers, checks and balances, individual rights, rule of law, and due process of law. These concepts ensure that no branch becomes too powerful and that individual rights are protected, and that everyone is subject to the same laws. The Constitution's influence has reached far beyond our borders, shaping the development of governments around the world. Okay. I know you're going to go deeper into this standard in class, but hopefully now you feel a little more confident about the content itself. But I do want to hear from you. Do you have any questions about what we've talked about today? If so, leave them in the comments below. While you're there, check out the link to my spring store where you can get cool virtual history shirts like the one I'm wearing today. make sure you use code STUDENT to get 10% off. Also, go ahead and hit that like button for me so YouTube knows to share this video with everyone, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to check out my other videos like the ones you see to the side over here. Make sure you watch the rest of this playlist and my other civics videos. I have US and world history videos and even videos shot in 360 that you can look all the way around. So do yourselves a favor and check them out because I know you're going to like them. Alright? So for Virtual History 360, I'm Mr. Wade. I'll see you next time.